So we're over at the NexGen stand. I'm joined by Gary. These aren't your normal plastic tubes, are they, Gary?
They're not plastic at all, no.
There's hairs inside.
That's correct.
What are they made out of then?
So you've got a 100% coverage of wool, and we've designed a natural polyol to protect the wool for 5 years. So
Right.
the tree shelter gets the the microenvironment they need to help the growth of the tree, and it will biodegrade after 5 years. We've had it certified that all the individual components biodegrade, and then when you put them together, you've got a biodegradable material that will break down, and it will last for over 5 years.
So I take it a lot more expensive than the plastic alternatives.
We're about double the price.
Yep.
Okay, which is fine, but if you look at the full life cycle cost of a plastic tree shelter, which you should go and get, you shouldn't leave them in the environment, and places in Scotland now are insisting that you don't leave them after 5 years, and we're getting people tell us it's costing £1.50 and £2.50 per tree shelter to get them to roadside, and then you've got the environmental cost of washing them, recycling them, so it makes sense that you can actually put the tree shelter there, leave it, forget about it, and it'll break down into the environment. Our tree shelters are fully biodegradable, pH neutral, ecotoxicity neutral, and we're actually now working to a new biodegradable certification. We won a UK Innovate grant to actually put in place a delayed biodegradable certification so the foresters and landowners can turn around and say, okay, will it last 5 years? Will it biodegrade? Is it pH neutral? Is it going to damage the environment? And will eventually it become bug food?
I'm running out of questions to ask you. You've answered most of it, which is fantastic. So in terms of like wildlife, it's completely friendly to wildlife with it being non-toxic.
Completely inert. So we had to raise investment, as a lot of companies do. We presented to a number of very big landowners who had their advisors on board, and they said, the science looks great, Gary, but what does it actually mean? Tell me in layman terms. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to ask the independent testing house in Scotland to actually put a couple of lines together and tell you what it means. And they were happy to certify that this material is inert and is actually bug food when it breaks down.
So is it 100% wool, or is it a composite mixture?
No, so it's 100% wool coverage.
Right.
So the wool is roughly 25–30% weight, okay? We use the waste from the cashew nut shell industry. We use castor oil. Okay, that comes from India. Can't do anything about that. We're looking at it, working with 2 universities that might be able to improve on that. Okay, but at the moment it's cashew nut shell liquid, which I think is a fabulous material. It will be in your car, it will be in your brake pads, it will be in your tyres, it will be in your paint, it will be in your roof lining, and also within the next year it will be replacing palm oil in diesel. So if you drive a diesel car, 7% of your diesel has palm oil in it. So the cashew nut shell liquid is replacing the palm oil.
That's pretty impressive, to be honest. So what are the, obviously apart from the eco-environmental aspect of it, are they the same as a normal tree shelter, for instance? Does it provide the same cover, the same? So
the light spectrum has been designed to be in the sweet spot to support tree growth. And also the light transparency is designed to support tree growth. So what happens is you start off at this colour, nice hay colour, and as it's attacked by the UV and microbes over 6–12 months, it will darken down. But it's still absolutely fine for light transparency and light spectrum. We're getting good tree growth. We've had 4,000 on trial across the UK, and we've learned a lot from it. You know, there have been some issues that we've got to put right in production, and we've actually identified those through the trial process.
So where is it currently being trialled in the UK, or are they available to buy now?
Across the UK, tip of Scotland, all the way down to the south coast, Cornwall, Devon. We wanted multiple environments, different conditions, different temperatures, different exposures, Isle of Skye.
Really north then?
And we learned also, in those exposed sites, the ties we were using, we won't use nylon ties. They were starting to rip.
Because I've noticed the ties are metal, biodegradable as well.
Yeah, so they're mild steel, no carbon in them. They will actually break down.
There we go.
So what we were using is these cable ties. These potato sack ties, which done a good job, but in high winds they were ripping through. So with a company in Chesterfield, we've designed a new tie which is mild steel, and also which is releasable, whereas these ones weren't.
Gary, thank you very much for showing us around the NexGen tubes.
Well, thank you for coming to say hello. Nice to meet you.